All right. So here's what happened with the UFC. So Dana was talking to ESPN and Disney and saying like, "Hey, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the fight." They were like, "Okay, yeah, all good. Just make sure you take the precautions. Make sure everything's safe. We want to get these fights on." Well, the governor of California came to Disney and asked Disney to ask Dana to stand down, and so Dana said he got talked to by the highest of the highest at Disney and the highest of the highest at ESPN, and ESPN's the one who asked him to stand down. But they're actually going to fight on May 9th is the new date for a bunch of fights, and I actually have it here right here on my phone. Let me see if I can find it. They announced who's supposed to be on the card.
It's not the same fight with Tony.
It's a good card. Like, listen to this lineup. So per Dana White, the UFC is targeting May 9th as a return date. Their proposed fight card would include Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje. Cejudo versus Dominic Cruz. Amanda Nunes versus Felicia Spencer. Francis Ngannou and Rosenstrike.
Bro, Ngannou's a monster, bro.
He is a monster. And then Donald Cerrone versus Anthony Pettis. Good ass card.
That's gonna be a good card, bro.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait.
Okay. That's gonna be cool, May 9th is
that's the new date that they're looking for.
Why did they why that date? What if they have to push? They'll just keep pushing it back if they have to.
Oh yeah, that's the date that they're targeting. They're gonna shoot for May 9th. That's the thought right now is going after May 9th. Yeah. But I know. I mean, we're talking about here in Texas about trying to open up within the next couple of weeks. Maybe within the next week.
I'll pass over here, bro.
Yeah,
third and the worst.
So we'll see. And I know Florida just Florida just made professional sports essential, so they could fight in Florida if they want to.
Wow.
And the thing with a lot of these fights, if they're going to fight in the States, is a lot of the UFC fighters that are international can't get in to the United States because the embassy is closed right now.
That's right.
They can't get their visas renewed to come over here and fight. So that's why the Fight Island he's trying to get his Fight Island so the international fighters can go over there.
You go. That'd be cool, bro.
Yeah, dude. They're gonna do it like, I guess, Ultimate Fighter style. That would be real cool.
Have you ever seen Enter the Dragon from Bruce Lee?
No.
Bro, watch that movie and it'll remind you of Fight Island because
really?
Bruce Lee. Yeah, because they have to go on boats to this island, and that's where this karate tournament is, and they fight each other to the death.
Yeah, cool. The whole time I was thinking about the Fight Island, all I could think about was the movie Balls of Fury, where they all go to that tournament and they're playing in the ping pong tournament. That's all I could think about when they were talking about Fight Island. Yeah, but I mean, it's interesting. There's a lot of people calling for Dana White's head right now because of him trying to put on these fights and
put on the fight.
Yeah, and people don't understand if you're mad at Dana White for trying to put on these fights, you don't understand the UFC. You don't understand the leaps and bounds that the UFC has taken in order to get to where they're at. You know, the type of stuff that they've endorsed and signed off on. I mean, Nate Diaz,
they were about to. Yeah.
Nate Diaz was up on at a UFC press conference smoking a blunt while training. You know, I mean, the UFC is the most out there sport there is, you know, in the stuff that they're doing and stuff that they're the pioneers for all of this. So to think that it's below the UFC to try to put on these fights it's just ignorant. You know, this is who the UFC is. The UFC are pencil pushers, and they go out and move the needle on pushing the threshold of sports, you know, and that's what they do. That's who they are, you know, and they're staying true to to what they're about. Dana White wants to put on fights. Dana White's going to do whatever he can to put on these fights, ESPN or not. But he did say Dana White, and you have to respect Dana White for this. Dana White came out and said all those fighters that stepped up to fight are getting paid, and they're going to get
paid.
Yeah, they're going to get taken care of. There's not going to be any UFC workers that are being laid off under my watch, and trust and believe that there is, when we do come back for a fight, we are going to have a fight at that Indian reservation because they took us to fight on their venue when nobody else would. So we are going to bring revenue to that Indian reservation. Dana White.
What happened with they were the first hotel to grant them access to go fight there?
But they were the ones that stepped up and we're going to let them fight on their land, I guess, because they're not I guess sanctioned under the same rules as the rest of California. So Dana did say that that's who he wants to take care of them for sure.
Yeah. And that's cool, man. He's cool. Yeah, the UFC has been through a lot. I've watched some documentaries, and it's kind of cool to see like how crazy they went through. Because I don't know if you remember the Stephen, it's the Forrest Griffin, Stephen
Bonner.
Stephen Bonner fight, dude. If that fight wasn't there would be no UFC.
Well, okay. Let's take a step back.
They said no, for real, because they said that without that they wouldn't have brought in the revenue to put on the next fight or something like that.
Okay, so let's take a step back. If it weren't for Chuck Liddell and Tito, there wouldn't be a UFC. Chuck Liddell and Tito were the first superstars of the UFC. What brought Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner to being famous was the Ultimate Fighter show, and that's what created this growth of who the UFC is this reality show that people can watch on Spike TV, and you get to see all these fighters just hungry to live up to their dream, and that's what kind of brought a lot of eyes to the sport. But you're right, in turn, that Forrest Griffin Stephen Bonner fight is what kind of boosted up the Ultimate Fighter for the next. I mean, I think the Ultimate Fighter has like 26, 27 seasons so far. I mean,
oh yeah,
it was great for getting eyes to the sport for a lot of people that didn't really understand what UFC really was. It was almost barbaric in the sense that it was men fighting in their underwear, almost looking like it's to the death. It didn't have the type of respect and elegance that boxing did. Boxing is very well respected, and it's a sport about tradition. UFC is not about tradition. UFC is about innovation and
start fighting
and pushing the needle. Yeah, start fighting, and we got minimal rules.
No.
Yeah, so it's
no, but that card's gonna be good, man.
Oh yeah,
that card sounds good. I'm excited. Something to be on, bro. Something.
Yeah, I'm excited for the draft first, and then that UFC card for sure. Yeah.
Now, do I think Justin Gaethje is gonna probably lose? Yeah, I think Tony Ferguson is gonna give him the work, man. He's good. You think Justin Gaethje is gonna take him down?
No,
I don't know, man.
Here's my thing. There's not a man in that division that hits as hard as Justin Gaethje does. He's had one fight in his last 3 fights even come close to going out of the first round. And that fight went to 4.5 minutes. After that, it was a 1.5-minute finish. Before that, it was a 2-minute finish. When he hits dudes, they just fall. And now, if this fight goes 3 rounds, Ferguson's got in the bag. Justin Gaethje said that himself. He goes, well, I'm going to knock him out. But if we go to like 3 rounds, 4 rounds, Ferguson will probably win it.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. But if there's a guy to put anybody's lights out, it's Justin Gaethje. This is exactly why I said Conor should not fight Gaethje. Yet it's not a smart fight for Conor at all.
So who do you think Conor fights in? Masvidal?
No, Nate. He'll fight Nate.
Oh, you think he'll fight? That'll be good. That'll end.
Yeah. He's gonna fight Nate because right now, Khabib's about to go into Ramadan, and then we still got to get Khabib Ferguson at some point. And Conor for sure wants to fight 3 times this year before this pandemic happened, but he still wants to fight 3 times this year. So he's gonna fight. I think he wants to fight in like June or July, and he's gonna have to fight. I think Nate or Dustin. But I think Dustin Poirier. Yeah, I think Dustin Poirier is going to go fight Dan Hooker, which I don't understand. I don't understand why he's going to go fight Dan Hooker. I don't think Dan Hooker's on his level yet, but it is what it is.
See that Amanda Nunes would be really good. When is she gonna? Do you know when she's fighting that
Shevchenko? Valentina Shevchenko?
Yeah.
No, she's not gonna fight her again. Nah.
No,
I think Shevchenko is gonna actually drop down. Well, Shevchenko she broke her leg, or she has like a fracture in her leg, so she had to pull out of a fight. And I think she's supposed to go down and fight Wei Li Zhang or Wei Li Zhang, the one that good ass fight with Joanna. I think that's a better fight for Shevchenko. Did Amanda Nunes barely skate by against Shevchenko? Yes, but I mean, Amanda Nunes keeps getting better and better and better.
That girl, which is the girl that fought in the John Jones card and kicked her square in the face, bro? Just it was the coolest. No, yeah, not Holly Holm, but she was fighting Holly Holm. It was a Russian chick or something.
It wasn't Shevchenko.
Or Netherlands or something, dude. Oh, what was that? Let me see.
I think Amanda fought her.
It wasn't Amanda. It was
Amanda knocked out Holly Holm when right after Ben Askren got knocked out by Jorge Masvidal.
When
it was Masvidal, Askren, and then Nunes, Holm, and then Jones, Silva. Or was it on the Dom Reyes card?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Dom Reyes card. It was. Oh, Shevchenko. Yeah.
Oh, was Shevchenko? Oh.
Yeah. No, ever since then, bro, I've been watching the way she's been training, dude. Her kid, she's ferocious, bro.
Yeah, she's a beast.
Crazy. She's
a beast. Amanda's a man.
Amanda's good. Amanda's really good too.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Best women's fighter.
Of all time.
Far. Yes. There's a lot of good fights. I think that Cerrone and Anthony Pettis fight they're the same fighter. They're the same fighter, just journeyman that they just they can lose and it's fun. They can lose and it's fun. It's not, they don't have to win.
Exchange blows, bro.
Yes.
They're just gonna exchange blows in the middle of the ring and just
those dudes
kicks,
are dangerous.
crazy ass kicks, jumping off the fence.
Dudes that don't need to win.
You just don't know when the fight's gonna end.
Yeah.
You just don't know when the fight's gonna end, like how it's gonna end. It's either gonna end someone on the floor or just someone bloody submission, dude. Yeah, these guys are crazy.
Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you
coming
in here and talking. Yeah, for sure. We got to get you back on another time.
For real. Yes,
it's fun.
Yes, I'm down. This is really fun. Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
You. Later, man.
Later.